Hold on to your seats, folks. We've got massive NBA news dropping. Stephen Curry is cleared for scrimmage, a huge step towards his return. But is it enough to save the Warriors' playoff hopes? We're breaking down the latest Stephen Curry update and its implications for a playoff nightmare. Plus, a deep dive into the Spurs vs Warriors injury report and a tough playoff path ahead for Golden State. You won't want to miss this. Smash that like button and subscribe.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Stephen Curry is back in the game, or at least getting closer. After weeks of anticipation and careful monitoring, Golden State Warriors superstar Stephen Curry has officially received the medical green light to participate in a 5-on-5 scrimmage. This marks the most significant milestone yet in his recovery from a persistent right knee injury, bringing him inches closer to hitting the court again. Curry himself described the feeling as great after the scrimmage, expressing cautious optimism. He detailed how he's been diligently checking off the necessary boxes for his rehabilitation, but acknowledged the unpredictable nature of his knee's response, given past setbacks. He's hopeful that his progress will continue smoothly through the weekend. While he'll miss upcoming games against the San Antonio Spurs and Cleveland Cavaliers, his next potential return date is set for Sunday at home against the Houston Rockets, provided his body continues to respond positively to increased activity. Coach Steve Kerr echoed this sentiment, stating the team will monitor Curry's response to the scrimmage before making any further decisions. The injury initially surfaced on January 24th after a workout in Minneapolis, leading to swelling and pain. Despite playing through it for a few games, Curry eventually sidelined himself on January 30th. Initial hopes for a post-All-Star break return were dashed when his knee didn't react well to on-court work during the All-Star weekend festivities. The team's lead medical decision-maker, Rick Celebrini, has maintained a cautious approach, limiting Curry's recent activities to the weight room and individual training, holding him back from live contact until now. Even last week, Celebrini opted to postpone Curry's clearance for a scrimmage, prioritizing Tuesday's 5-on-5 session with other young players and coaches. Teammates like Gui Santos reported Curry looking sharp, and Coach Kerr noted an undeniable energy lift in the gym with Curry's presence, describing the atmosphere as bouncier. The Warriors, currently sitting at 36-39 and in the 10th seed of the Western Conference, have struggled significantly without their star, losing 16 of their last 25 games. The team's internal hope is to get Curry back with enough games to build momentum for the play-in tournament, where he'd be crucial for any deep playoff aspirations. Don't go anywhere, because the implications of Curry's return could lead to a playoff nightmare. Next, we'll dive into the official injury report for the Spurs and Warriors and what it means for their upcoming matchup. Injury report alert. What does it mean for the Spurs and Warriors? As the San Antonio Spurs prepare to face the Golden State Warriors, the official injury report offers a crucial look at the players who will and won't be on the court. The Spurs, with an impressive 57-18 record, have a relatively clean slate, listing only David Jones out for the season due to an ankle injury. This minimal disruption suggests a strong and healthy core ready for the challenge. On the other hand, the Golden State Warriors, currently at 36-39, are dealing with a more extensive list of absences. Key players like Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody are already out for the season with knee injuries, significantly impacting their depth. Star player Stephen Curry remains out with his own knee issue, though he's nearing a return. Additionally, Quinton Post is day-to-day with a foot injury, and Will Richard is sidelined with a heel issue. Al Horford is also listed as day-to-day with a calf injury, adding further uncertainty to their frontcourt rotation. This disparity in player availability could heavily influence the outcome of their matchup and the Warriors' overall season trajectory. Fans are eagerly watching how these injury situations will shape the competitive landscape of the league. But the injury report is just one piece of the puzzle. The real drama unfolds when we look at the Warriors' potential playoff path. Next, we'll explore the unlikely road ahead for Stephen Curry and Golden State, and why it might be a nightmare scenario. Is Stephen Curry's return a blessing or a curse for the Warriors? Stephen Curry is on the cusp of returning to the Golden State Warriors lineup, with a target date set for Sunday against the Houston Rockets. While his imminent comeback injects much-needed hope for the Warriors' playoff aspirations, it could also pave the way for a daunting playoff nightmare that might ultimately harm both Curry and the franchise. The most likely scenario upon entering the playoffs via the play-in tournament sees the Warriors facing the reigning champion Oklahoma City Thunder. This presents a formidable challenge, raising questions about whether a potentially still recovering Curry, tasked with carrying the team against tenacious defenders like Lou Dort and Alex Caruso, is truly beneficial for his long-term health and the team's future. Despite their struggles without Curry, winning just 9 of their last 25 games, the Warriors would need a relatively healthy Curry to navigate the play-in tournament and even stand a chance against teams like the Portland Trail Blazers, and potentially the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers. However, the reward for such an effort could be a grueling series against the Thunder, which, given the season-ending injuries to key players like Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody, might not be worth the risk to Curry's well-being. The competitive spirit in Curry might drive him to take on the challenge of facing the Thunder, a team he historically performs well against. Beyond the on-court battles, a deep playoff run isn't the only consideration. Making it through the play-in could also mean forfeiting a valuable opportunity in the NBA draft lottery. The Warriors currently hold a nearly 10% chance of securing a top 4 pick, a lottery selection that could significantly alter the franchise's future, whether used for a developing star, a ready-made rotation player, or as part of a trade package. While the path to the playoffs remains uncertain, Curry's return offers a glimmer of hope, but the debate rages on regarding whether this path is truly in the best interest of both Curry and the Warriors. Fans and analysts are divided on whether this high-risk, high-reward scenario is the right move for the franchise. But before we get too deep into playoff scenarios, let's get a crucial update on Curry's readiness. Next, we'll hear directly from Coach Steve Kerr about Steph Curry's progress and what the immediate future holds for his return. Steph Curry inches closer to the court. What's the latest? Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry is making significant strides in his recovery from runner's knee, appearing closer than ever to a return to the court after an absence of over 2 months. Following a team practice at Chase Center on Tuesday, Coach Steve Kerr confirmed that Curry participated in the session and was slated to join a 5-on-5 scrimmage later that day. "We've got to see how he responds to the scrimmage," Kerr stated, emphasizing that Curry's progression is day by day, especially given that his recovery from workouts has been a recurring issue. Kerr later elaborated in a radio interview that Curry looked good during the scrimmage, reiterating the team's cautious, step-by-step approach. Curry has missed the last 25 games since last playing on January 30th against Detroit. The initial expectation was for him to resume drills after the All-Star break in early February, but further swelling in his knee delayed his rehabilitation. He had been participating in pregame shooting drills since March 18th and was expected to scrimmage around that time, but Tuesday's session marks the next significant step. With the Warriors playing their next 5 games at home, Kerr confirmed Curry will not play against the Spurs on Wednesday and is highly doubtful for Thursday's game against the Cavaliers. The next potential game for Curry is Sunday against the Rockets. Kerr has consistently highlighted the need for Curry to play several games to ramp up his minutes before the play-in tournament. His return to practice has already provided an energy boost for the team, with Kerr noting, "The gym was bouncier, and everyone's spirits are lifted when he's playing." Teammate Gui Santos echoed this sentiment, stating, "It's amazing, just to have him out there with us is always great," and that his presence instills more confidence in the younger players. The Warriors, at 36-39, are in desperate need of Curry to have a chance at advancing past the play-in, currently sitting 1.5 games behind the Portland Trail Blazers for the 11th seed and 3 games behind the Lowe's Angels Clippers for the 8th seed. Meanwhile, veteran Al Horford, sidelined for 9 games with a calf injury, also expressed hope for a return before the season's end, though he is still undergoing individual training. Horford was also recognized as a candidate for the NBA's annual Sportsmanship Award. Fans are buzzing with anticipation for Curry's return, hoping it ignites the Warriors' playoff push. But the question remains, is this comeback enough to navigate a treacherous playoff path? Next, we'll wrap up all the top stories with a lightning round recap and a massive call to action. What a show! We covered Stephen Curry's massive step towards return, the critical Spurs vs Warriors injury report, and the potential playoff nightmare awaiting Golden State. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to news for all your breaking sports updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.